This is Makers Ask, and I'm Blue Reed. Today I want to talk about becoming a successful artist. So I'm an artist because I paint. This is what I create, and so therefore I'm an artist. So how do you go from a person who makes things to being a success? And what I mean by success in this definition is you're a professional, you make your living on it, you do it full time, it's what pays your bills. And what makes the difference in that? The first thing I want to talk about is how do you show up? And are you an artist, not just in your studio, but are you an artist all the time? And what I mean by that is you are sort of a walking advertisement, right? This is what I do. This is who I am. This is how I live. And part of that is you're in the business of sales. And so walking around as your own advertisement is a great thing to do, actually. I like it to come from an authentic place because those things are important to me. But recognize that how you dress and how you present yourself is an important introduction of who you are and what you do to people. So I want to start this here. How do you present yourself in the world? And I mean, how do you dress? What's your hair look like? If you're a creative person, this is a perfect opportunity. I love to dress up. So when I get up in the morning and I look at all of my clothes, because I may or may not collect clothing and t-shirts, it's a sense of play that I go into it. I have 4 piercings on this side and 1 over here, and they'll never match. I don't really like them to match because why would you do that if you can have them not match but still go? So I get a lot of comments about my clothes. So I'm going to show you what I happen to have on today just because it fit here, right? So, okay, I'm going to bring you with me now. So I have these earrings on, which goes with my Eiffel Tower earring over here. Why wouldn't you have that as an artist? I have on 2 shirts, one that's see-through and one that is underneath it. I have on my studded belt, my pink pants, and my biker boots. That works for me. Oh, and my sweater. So there's enough to look at, that keeps it interesting, but there's some rest, like this is just a boring little sweater. And my pants are just plain fuchsia. Okay, so now I'm wearing my cute clothes, right? And I'm gonna paint. And then I've got to teach a class later, or then I'm going out or whatever. So what do? You don't want to dress up in your nice clothes all day, every day, because you're in your studio. I think it's fine to go out into the world in my painting clothes. I do that too. But sometimes I have to go be professional and try not to embarrass my children or whatever. So here's my big solution. You'll love this. My jumpsuit. I got this at the flea market. It's awesome. It's giant. So, look like a mechanic, but you see this? I'm dressed and ready to go out the door at any moment, but I notice I have exactly 25 minutes before I have to leave the house. I've done my video work, and now I've got 25 minutes. So this is a perfect solution for me. But if this is a conversation starter, I'm okay with people knowing right away that she's a creative person. That's a good thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'd love to see some of your work. Do you have a website? Now, I reach in my purse and I grab a card. Always, always, always I have cards. So a professionally designed clean card with an image of your best work. Awesome. Hand them out everywhere you go, right? And they're wonderful. The other thing you can do is have stickers printed up. Everybody loves stickers, and guess what they do with them? They stick them to stuff, right? It's even better if you can put your name and your image on it, right? So, and your website. So that's the moment to hand them your business card. The other little sneaky thing that I do is that I ordered a phone case with one of my images on it. Now you can't not see that. So I also sell t-shirts and things like that. I love original artwork, but in form of advertising and whatnot, it's a really good thing to consider doing. So I don't wear my own work typically. I feel like it's a little bit weird, but I do give them away. I do buy them for gifts. If somebody tells me I love such and such a painting, I might buy them a t-shirt with my painting that they love, with it on it. Now, they love it. They feel like they have a piece of something that they love, and they wear it as an advertisement for me. Win-win, right? We're looking for win-wins. In all areas of life, I want everything to feel like a win-win, because it can be, right? That's an option. So I'm looking for those. So phone cases, back to that. It's so easy. Everybody has a phone. Why would you not have a phone case with your cool work on it? I mean, every kiosk in the mall has them, right? Redbubble's the company I use. I really like them a lot, but just about anywhere. Or you could have a sticker made and stick it on there too. You know, there's a million ways to do it, but nobody cannot see that, right? And it's not in your face. I'm holding my phone. And typically everywhere I go, guess what I'm holding? My phone, checking my phone. Wow, that's a really cool case. Where'd you get it? Oh, it's my work. You want a card? Simple. But the point is, you never know where that next contact is going to come from. And business cards are a funny thing because everybody hands them out all day long. But they take that card, they look at the image, they already like who you are, they wouldn't have stopped to talk to you, right? You've made a good first impression if you get as far as a business card, if you've been asked for one. Now they slip it into a pocket or they slip it into their purse and they don't think about it, right? But later, when they go to take the pants off, unpack their purse, whatever, there you are again. Now you're in their head twice already, right? They may throw it in the trash or they may hand it to a third person. I have a friend who actually owns the gallery. I never thought about them, but here's that card that's still in my purse, huh? Hey, do you like this girl's? Do you see what I mean? This networking evolves organically by itself, but it wouldn't have done that if you'd not spent that 20 bucks on buying cards and keep them in your purse or on your person, in your wallet, whatever. So they're accessible all the time. Okay, and then when making contacts, you want to be likable. So if you notice that people are off-put by your demeanor or whatever, there are all kinds of resources to help you to, have a little more class maybe, or to be more likable. There's a podcast actually called The Art of Likability that I was turned on to recently. It's interesting stuff. But I'm like a super podcast, YouTube nerd-aholic, love audiobooks. Whatever I'm doing, I've always got something self-improvement minded going. So, and like today, I have listened to things on sales and marketing. I did hear one of the podcasts on likability, which was really pretty good. I listened to a guy from Yale interview an artist who had a show in Switzerland that was fantastic. And it's only, not even 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I watched somebody do choreography to a hip hop song that I liked a lot, which was really cool. So I'm stimulating myself all the time because I want to grow all the time. So podcasts are a really good thing to get turned on to. YouTube too. I love TED Talks. I love those kinds of things. A lot of creative minds on there as well. Anya Khan has a great podcast called Create and Inspire. I like hers a lot. But tons and tons of people run podcasts on all kinds of subjects that really could help you. And I run things like I drive a lot. And so thank heavens for smartphones. I can run my podcasts in my car and it comes through my speakers. I don't know how I ever lived without this, but I've actually listened to just about every audiobook that my local library actually has. Don't be afraid to pick up a book on sales and marketing just because you're an artist. We are in sales. So I like for people to get used to that idea. It doesn't mean you're going to produce work that you think will sell. Not concerned about that. I'm concerned I do my greatest work. I give my greatest gifts to the world, but no one will know that if you don't sell it, if you don't show it out in the world. When you meet people, be the first person to stick your hand out. And don't worry about being the first to step out. You want to be that person. Nice firm handshake. Don't turn their hand over and shake it like that. That's aggressive. If your intention is to build bond, you want in order to sell stuff, somebody has to like you and trust you, right? And then your work is next, right? If you're in person and it's not online, you need to be a person that people both like and trust. And then they'll buy things from you. And if it's a win-win, they'll probably continue to do that and tell their friends. And this is how you build your business, right? Okay, so after you've shaken their hand, then you ask them what their name is, right? Hey, I'm Joe, and then try to use their name because it's been said that the sweetest word to a person is their own name. It also helps you to remember what that name was so that you can remember it when you come back to them or when they come to your next show or whatever. So you want to use their name right away. Nice to meet you, Joe. Are you an artist too? You a collector? What do you do? Be interested. Be genuinely interested. None of this phony baloney jazz, but you are looking for connection. You're looking for contacts. So what better with somebody's right there in front of you? You've got a captive audience. Don't miss these opportunities. Don't discount people just because of the way, they dress or anything. The other thing that you can do is instead of just hitting galleries, remember that Instagram is a great place to sell your work. I am always amazed and surprised how many people sell the bulk of their work off that little app, Instagram, right? You don't even think about it. That's amazing. So we're gonna hit those high flying galleries, and you wanna do that too. Those are great connections, but don't discount the individual sales that come, or the individual connections that come from being out in the world, right? There are a few other things that you can do. One of them is be out in the art world in other ways. So do you go to art clubs? Are you involved in any art clubs? Could you speak to any topic? Could you demo for these topics? You'll make money doing these things, but also you get your name out there. And people who like to take classes from me, they're also collectors. You know that? Or they end up being collectors. They end up buying my work in some way, shape, or form. They end up with a phone case. They end up with stickers on their binders, or they end up with an original painting on their dining room wall, right? So those are other ways to be out in the community as well. And it's all advertising. And the more they like you, and the more that it feels like a win-win, the more they're gonna talk you up to other people, which is what this business is about, is networking like any other. You wanna make a good impression and keep people feeling like it's a win-win-win at all times. Okay, so those are a few tips and tricks on how to become a successful artist and support yourself while we go and we make these amazing things that change the world. So this has been Makers Asked. I'm Blue Reed. Leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know if you have another question you'd like me to address. Thank you. Have a great day.